This was the start of day 2. I was one man down because poor James's back had given out on him the day before, and it just wasn't a good idea for him to continue. I also found out that a part of the track had been closed down for about a year due to a massive landslide. So I had to take the cave circuit and loop back around onto the main track. Here I decided to put on a bit of a sprint and catch up to another hiker named Michael that we'd met the night before. I thought it would be a good idea to have some company for the next 2 days, so I caught back up with him and we ended up being trail buddies. I was a little bit disappointed that morning when I found out that the part of the track had been closed off, because it was going to take a total of 7 kilometres off the track for the day, leaving it only to be a 13-kilometre journey. Meaning I would have got up to camp way too early, probably like 2 o'clock or something, and just had way too much time to kill. But I'm so glad I decided to press on through the cave circuit, because I really did thoroughly enjoy it. The caves were absolutely awesome. And I didn't know it yet, but I was actually going to end up putting another 15 kilometres onto the journey, making it, instead of a 20-kilometre run, it was going to be a 35-kilometre run. I was a little bit worried at first that it was going to be awkward walking with somebody that I haven't met before, but Michael was super down to earth and easy to talk to. We chatted heaps along the trail, mostly about hiking gear and other trails that we had done. He told me a few stories about the trails that he had done over in New Zealand and got me super keen to get over there one day.
It's awesome. That is awesome, but I really want that coming down, yeah.
Yeah. I think this trail you need a drone for.
Yeah, for sure.
More so than anything.
I noticed a lot of places don't even allow you to bloody use them anymore, eh?
Yeah. Just that different perspective, right?
Yeah.
You sort of see how small you are when you get out there.
Okay. That's cool.
We're not allowed to stop, but someone had to sit there and jackhammer all that out.
Yeah. Wow. Right. Got a trip.
The camera just doesn't seem to do these views any justice. You really have to come and see them for yourself. This plaque was dedicated to Robin Martin Collins, who was the visionary who inspired the national park systems in Queensland.
Spend a bit of time
Cutting out trees or some shit.
I'll take the 40.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got another
Lower bellboat circuit.
Here we reached the bottom of the closed off circuit, the original track that we were supposed to take from the top. We decided we'd go have a look because there were so many waterfalls on that track and we just could not help ourselves. Had to be done. And I was so glad we did because it turned out to be not that dangerous at all. The landslide was actually pretty cool to look at and was safe to cross.
It is nice, eh? Yeah.
Because this track has been closed off for about a year now, there were quite a few overgrown parts and we had to do a lot of bush bashing, but it just adds to the fun.
Is that the skinny ones as well? No, that's the vine. No, I don't know.
I know, they look familiar.
Got him. Tawny little bastard.
Ah! Yeah, it's got that one too, eh? I'm intrigued, but I don't think it would either. It would be fun, but
Yeah.
I just have to have full trust in all the gear that they're using and
Yeah. Like I can work at height. I'm a plumber.
yeah.
I've done heaps of roofing and cladding and stuff. You know, probably like 40 odd metres in the air
Yeah.
in EWPs and stuff, but as soon as like I'm scared, like even paid arms got a bit sweaty. I can do it, but I'm just like that's nothing compared to the scale in that.
Nah.
I'd definitely freeze. By the way, big fucker. Make sure you duck.
There's a nasty fucking cut that one.
We're gonna hit that on the way back, aren't we?
Probably.
Well, if we can get all the way through, I wouldn't mind hiking up and just come down the road or something.
Yeah.
Would you be keen on something like that?
Oh, there's a fucking snake skin there. From a brown.
What's that?
Brown. Brown. Yeah. It's heating up.
Here we reached our first little waterfall, which was flowing quite well. I was able to fill all my drink bottles up, have a bit of a splash and freshen up, and just enjoy the view and the scenery.
How much long?
The legs for it, but
Yeah, it should be alright.
my different wants to get to that other fire trail towards the end.
This is definitely it. Private property ahead. We're going that way, but aren't we?
Yeah. apparently it was, maybe it's, looks like it's like a zip line or something.
Oh yeah,
And then it's up and ruined it for us.
just ruined it.
And it was raining and stuff. And then she started taking a video and she must have like ripped off a couple of leeches on her neck and it just looked like her neck was, like her throat was slit.
Yeah.
Blood everywhere.
The day had really started to heat up by now and I was starting to feel it quite a bit. But we were lucky because there was heaps of little tiny waterfalls along the way that we could stop and wet our faces to cool down.
That's awesome. I think that's just a tree snake. No, it's definitely worth it. Worth the risk. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a way to get from here, you end up on a different range
Oh yeah.
to get all the way to, don't know if it gets you straight to the walkers camp or what, but there's trails, I just don't know how well.
Should just suss them out one time.
Yeah. .7.
3.7. Yeah. Such an awesome area. There you go, look at it.
I'll get a video of you walking out there if you want.
Yeah, stop there. How he's going? Good. Yeah. Wow.
This lookout alone made it all worth putting that extra 15 kilometres on for the day.
What's that one?
It's just a little cedar summit.
Do you know the size?
120 by 60 or something.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, I think I got the excess maybe.
It goes alright.
Yeah, they're such good cows. Everywhere we travel, because we get a camper van sometimes,
Yeah.
and you literally just open the front doors, you know, lock it in the window
Yeah.
of the van, and it sort of like hangs there on the inside, not the outside.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
the
grease just flows through the cab, and it's dry in like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
even in like 10 degrees.
We once again got rewarded for our troubles with another breathtaking view. We finally made it back up to the top from where we started that morning, and instead of doing the cave circuit one more time, we decided we'd walk down the road and meet back up with the main trail. The heat really started to set in, I really started to feel it. And to make matters worse, I forgot my hat and my sunglasses on this trip. Pretty much for the next 5 kilometres along here is just a steep fire trail, which was actually pretty hard on the knees, and the sun absolutely just beaming down on us. I was so glad to see this little creek crossing so I could wet my face and cool down and grab some water to rehydrate. It surprises me that even on the hottest of days, how cool the water is coming out of these creeks. You swear it was coming straight out of a fridge. And there's no better feeling than drinking water straight from these creeks. It tastes absolutely amazing. Michael was starting to have some struggles of his own, as one of his knees was playing up pretty bad, making it pretty hard to go downhill.
So straight up
But he
here.
managed to push through it.
Nice.
that's just fucking vertical.
Yeah.
It's just like mentally challenging, not just physically. Are you on airplane mode, or you just leave it as?
Yeah, put it on airplane mode. What does that say? Prison reserve.
Yeah. Must be getting close then.
Is there a prison around here?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's on the left just before the road, so must be getting close.
What's that?
I was more scared of that on the campground than
Yeah.
the JT. It's probably the first place I go. This is like the locals picking up rubbish on the side of the road and the train.
Keen for a little stretch and break. Man, it is hot as
Pardon?
It's so hot.
Oh, yeah.
We eventually made it back out onto
Oh,
the road,
Numbamba.
and we had about another 5 kilometre journey to the town of Numbamba. We were really hoping the cafe was going to be open there so we could get a cold drink, but unfortunately it shut by 12 and we probably missed it by about an hour. I'm not going to lie, but I was absolutely stuffed by this point. The sun was zapping every little bit of energy out of my body, and honestly I just wanted to find shade and sit down, but no shade in sight.
Other trail meets us up here.
So whereabouts were we when we were on that lookout? Over there somewhere?
On the way back up,
Yeah.
yeah, it would have been to the left of. That's been a burrow up there. There's the lodges.
Oh, yeah.
We've been up around that corner.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Up the trail.
It was really awesome to look up at the mountains from which we had travelled that day and see how far we had actually come.
Just reached the Numbamba Valley School of Arts, which means I only got 5.5 kilometres to go. Oh, that sun through town was absolutely brutal. I just found a lovely little creek down the back. I get some water. There was supposed to be a cafe that was supposed to be open, but it shuts at 12 o'clock. So I missed it. Really needed a fizzy drink. Oh my god. Not regretting adding that extra 7k on the thing, but it really did turn it into a bit of a struggle, eh? But it's been an awesome day. I'm gonna get some water, rest up and get ready for this last 5k's.
This was a trail that I had done previously a few weeks ago, which was a good and a bad thing. I knew the trail, but I also knew how steep some of the sections were, and after already travelling over 20 kilometres that day in the blistering sun, I knew it was going to be a pretty big struggle. But we did get through it.
Yeah, if I can remember right, it's just over this. Creek's just over this. Yeah. Yep. I can hear the creek. Yeah. Gonna have a swim.
I really did want to have a swim so badly, but at the same time, I didn't want to risk getting chafe on my ass, as we still had a couple of k's to go. So I just opted for the old splash the face again, which was good enough.
I'm absolutely wrecked, bro.
Yeah.
Finally made it to Wollongura Walker's Camp. Holy smokes. That was an 11-hour day. And including that side loop that Michael, the other hiker, coaxed me into doing. And it was a 35 kilometre total for today, which is crazy. I didn't even think I'd be able to do that. That's good to know. Yep. I'm gonna absolutely stuff myself with food. I'm that hungry. I've only just been nibbling on nuts and crap today. Set up my tent and early bed. Then I've only got 10 kilometres to get home tomorrow. Just gonna wake up early and get back as fast as I can. Holy crap, what a day. Home sweet home. That water's real yellow, eh? I think it's just from the leaves and shit, but...
Eventually got my tent all set up, my things all unpacked, and started to unwind. Made myself a cup of tea. It was so good to sit down.
Time for a cup of tea in bed.